this situation. I find it very nostalgic.
Where am I?
Why, inside our Snake Viewer, of
No entiendo nada, yo tampoco.
Actually, we're also inside the memory of Shadow Moses.
Entendí esto una parte y ya me perdí.
I'll take this back. You don't need this anymore, do you?
Estoy en bola y sin documento. No, esta no la conozco, esta no apareció en ningún lado. Ah, no, sí, es Olga. Es Olga. Esta es Olga. Yo sabía que era Olga. Yo te lo dije. Iba a empezar con el padre. Que el padre... Empiezo otra vez. Por una cámara.
What are you up to?
No hay Templar.
I'm switching over to nanocommunication.
¿Cómo era que se llamaba? Krakatovich. ¿Cómo era que se llamaba?
Correct. It's me.
I thought you were the leader of the Russian troops.
No, that was just a smokescreen.
A smokescreen?
I was sent to provide you support.
Support? Who sent you? The colonel?
No, the Patriots.
What?
I deceived my troops, betrayed them.
But why?
My child is being held hostage by the Patriots. It all started 2 years ago when I lost my father during the tanker incident.
Ya lo contaste 500 veces.
Nowhere to go. So we joined forces with an illegal Russian organization.
Muy bien.
Russian mafia?
¿Cómo anda el Templar? Doña Olga.
Was a subordinate organization of the Patriots.
¿Cómo anda el Templar? ¿Todo bien? Gracias por esa radio, Templar. Y gracias a todos los que están por acá, los que vinieron. Parte de Night Templar. ¿Todo bien? Bienvenidos.
Have you ever met your child?
No. Once a month they send me a photo of my child via network.
Ah, tremendo
Never
hijo
even
de
held
puta.
the child in my own arms.
I see. Given your situation, nobody can blame you for what you did.
That's your opinion.
What about Snake? I thought you were enemies.
He wasn't responsible for my father's death. Actually, we owe him our lives.
Esta historia me gusta más.
2
Tiene
years
más
ago, they were
sentido.
responsible for getting us out of the sinking tanker alive.
So you were partners since the incident?
No, I only found out the truth shortly before this.
Huh?
When I confronted him here.
You fought with Snake? When?
Well, it was around the time you were holding hands with that girl.
Snake.
Ay, Dios.
So you joined hands with him to pay back a debt.
No, mutual gain.
Mutual gain?
My job was to assist you. If Solidus gets away with Arsenal, your mission is a failure. The Patriots would judge that as failure on my part and terminate my child. Putting it simply, my child's life depends on your success.
So you did it all for your child. But why would the Patriots want to help me? Are they hoping I'll take Solidus out?
No, you're just like me. We're just pawns.
Pawns for what purpose?
The S3 plan.
¿Qué?
You'll figure it out sooner or later, but I wonder if you'll handle the truth.
What do you mean?
Listen, we haven't got time for this. Solidus will commence his attack any minute. He's got to be stopped.
What about the virus?
No results so far. I think the Patriots have tampered with the program.
Will it work?
Se fue a la
I
mierda.
don't know.
Vamos con esa PS2quest Manía Challenge. Claro que sí.
Release your restraints after I leave this room.
Where's my gear?
Snake's got everything. I couldn't bring it here.
And where do I find Snake?
Buena pregunta. Qué buena pregunta, Dorothy.
The passageway ahead leads to a hangar. He'll be waiting there. I gave him a card.
Che, me voy a ir a buscar algo para tomar.
Does Snake plan to destroy Arsenal gear?
No, even for Snake, it's impossible to completely destroy this thing. The only option is to stop Solidus and his men.
What are you going to do?
Stay concealed. That's my role. I still can't afford to be discovered.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
¿Y? ¿Me vas a soltar?
Jack, are you all right?
Oh, yeah.
Jack, is it true? What Solidus said?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Drafting small children, sending them to war? It's not allowed under international conventions.
ICC rules don't mean a lot in war. Someone told me that there are over 300,000 children in combat right now. I was just one of them.
So you remember? I thought your memory had been manipulated by them.
It was, but I have nightmares every day. Pieces of the past I can't put together.
Why didn't you tell me?
You couldn't begin to understand.
You wouldn't know that until you try me.
I didn't want you to get hurt. There was never a real reason for me to fight, except that someone put a gun in my hand. And that someone was him.
It wasn't your fault.
If I survived the day's fight, I was praised, fed, and had a bed to sleep in. I think I was only 6 when I held my first AK. But I'm not even sure of that.
Jack.
I'm not like Snake. I never questioned why we fought. There was no
Tiene
purpose, no
una
way out.
tarjeta de
They give you a
identificación.
gun, you
Y
ask how
quiero ver la
many to
tarjeta
kill.
de
If you
identificación.
didn't, you were the one they shot instead.
It's okay. No one is blaming you.
We were shown Hollywood action films every day.
Collar.
The kind with macho guys and big guns.
El collar
Call it
era.
image training.
Ugh.
They built us from the ground up into killing machines. We were fed once a day. I can still taste the gunpowder they mixed into the food.
No.
Gunpowder? In the food?
The gunpowder had toluene in it, giving it hallucinogenic properties. It kept us drugged, controllable.
Oh my god!
Arra, se ponía a llorar.
When the Civil War ended, those of us who survived were taken in by NGOs. They gave me a new life. in the
Acá ya
States.
no querían traducir más, se están equivocando.
But nothing's changed. The only people who have no problem with my past have secrets and agendas of their own. Terrible nightmares. Every night. I can never forget.
Jack.
I'm afraid of the night. That's why I don't sleep next to you.
You should have told me.
Told you what? That I'm a killer? And always have been?
Lo necido, lo
What I
necido.
hate more than anything else in the world is my own past. I didn't want you or anyone to know about it. Now I know why I was chosen for this mission. No one can take him on. Take him down.
Sí, boludo, para mí todo esto está ridículo, boludo.
I've been kept alive this long for this. I knew as soon as I saw Solidus.
Jack, I love you the way you are now. You have to believe me. I didn't know anything about you, I admit that. Where you were born, how you grew up. But I know that now. And I know that what I feel for you can only get better. And I'll share in your past if that's the price.
It doesn't work that way. No one can share the burden of what I've done. It's not one of those warm and fuzzy things couples share.
I accept the good and the bad, Jack. That's what you do for someone you love.
I don't want to share my past with anyone. I just want to forget about it.
Bueno, a nadie le importa, a nadie le importa. A nadie le importa, boludo. ¿A quién carajo le importa? Estás en bola. Estás en bola y sin documento. Opa. Abrí esto. Lul. Pinche gótico albino. ¡Pipi! Tengo la Coca-Cola con café.
Raiden, do you copy? You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
Acá hay gato encerrado, ¿eh? Se tapa peleando, ¿eh? Dale.
Right. Turn the game console off right now.
What did you
Y
say?
sí, me imagino,
The mission is
imagínate.
a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Dos con las piernas
It's a
y
game.
una
It's a
con...
game, just like you.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Con la pichula le da.
I had a couple of hours. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me. And when I came to, I was home.
Dijo pichula.
What do you think happened to me? Fine. Forget it.
Leer los diálogos. ¿Vale la pena leer los diálogos? Los diágolos.
Infiltrate the enemy fortress. Outer heaven. Destroy the final weapon. Metal Gear.
¿Qué carajo? Me mostró un gameplay. Gameplay de juego retro. No, pero no me quería agachar. No me quiero agachar. Me he morido.
What's going on? Answer me. Jack.
Son chistosos.
Jack.
Y que apagues la consola. Ah, boludo. Mucho en la TV daña los ojitos. Nah. Y justo esa parte me la pierdo. Nah. El mejor diálogo y me lo pierdo. ¿Por qué no se van a pelar papa? Esperen que voy a buscar la Coca-Cola. Voy a probar la Coca-Cola esa que me da intriga. Ahí vengo. Es Coca-Cola con café. No sé por qué. Muere de diabetes, dice. Tiene un olor. Qué olor extraño que tiene. Es este, con café. No es normal esta coca. Tiene un color extraño. Es horrible. Es horrible. No digo más. Es lo más feo que probé en mi vida. Ay, qué asco. Es café pero frío. Dale. Dale.
I'm under attack. Stay alert.
Infiltrate the enemy fortress. Outer heaven. Destroy the final
La gran arma. Metal Gear.
I'm under attack. Stay alert.
Understood. All units exercise extreme caution.
Acá está el Metal Gear. Oh, ¿esos son los Metal Gear?
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Oh.
All units exercise extreme caution.
Oh.
Who's there?
Who's there? No.
What was that just now? Put the enemy intruder side. Send additional personnel.
Understood. Eliminate the target.
Lul.
Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
Return to your positions. Tighten security. Understood.
Opa.
All units exercise extreme caution. Who's there?
Señor, tenga compasión. Estoy en bola.
Anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves.
¿Qué carajo? Parece los comentarios de Morta. Una anémona anónima. Nadie se compara conmigo. Arsenal GR. GR. Vamos por acá.
Variety level 13. Rescue Meryl. The return of Ginola.
Esto es muy flashero. Demasiado flashero para mi Kokoro. Yo no sé si atender. Ok.
I was a North American fall webworm in my past life. Those were the good.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Honestly, though, you have played.
Lleva ya mucho tiempo jugando.
Don't you have anything else to do with
¿No tienes nada más que hacer? No. Pues no. Llamada sea de Movistar.
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw Space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey Rock. I need scissors. 61.
Jack, it's me.
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
No, it's something else.
What is it?
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an
Era
eye on
obvio.
me.
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose.
¡Oh!
Yes. It's an ugly word.
Cagamos, men.
Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone.
Oh,
Like what I felt for you.
so that's why you were involved in this mission. I should have known. Why else would they toss an analyst in the mix at the last minute?
I'm sorry. I know what I did.
¿Qué
was
haces,
wrong.
No
espectriña?
matter where I go,
Llegó
I
la
get
espectriña.
used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely fooled.
What I really wanted was for you to see the real me. It hurt to play out this artificial romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you.
Buah.
The more love you gave
¿Cómo anda
me,
la espectriña? Juegazo, dice.
because I knew
Sí,
the person you loved was
ponele.
just a character.
Mi
So it was
archienemiga, ¿no?
artificial on my end,
Me
too.
revisa detrás de las
It was
puertas.
just a game, not the real thing.
Oh, Chuck.
I feel better knowing that.
¿Cómo anda la espectre? Bueno, basta, listo, basta, por favor. La novelita. Tu hijo. Rose? What happened? Ok. Estoy en bolas y sin documento.
Like that.
Snake!
Snake.
Been waiting long.
Te voy a cagar a tiro. Te voy a cagar a tiro. Sí, claro.
Gear, right over there. That's more like it. Everything you had when you were captured is still there. Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked. Not happy about that? Get over it.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
25?
Yeah. Can't say I've faced that many Metal Gears before, but
Todo bien, todo
I
bien.
think we can deal.
No way we can.
We can, because we have no other choice.
How?
I've stocked up on Stinger missiles. Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades.
Marra. La
Move the
espectriña.
right analog stick up and down to make a vertical slice, and left and right to slice parallel to the ground. Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut. Push it forward to lunge and strike. You can guard with your blade if you have the L1 button pressed down. You should be able to deflect a bullet or two.
Oh, se cometieron un hack and slash.
Damn, kid. Moron. What are you thinking? Damn, kid. Moron. What are you thinking?
Qué mierda el coso.
Moron.
Yo creo que hoy se dice. ¿Vos decís? Qué mierda esto.
What are you thinking?
Luego viene el 3. ¿Sabes, Night Templar, que ahora que lo mencionás, que decís que viene el 3? Yo estaba pensando en algo así, pero bueno, esta saga ya no porque hay juegos programados. Pero que si hay una saga de varios juegos, pasarme esa saga entera, digamos, todo seguido. Pero bueno, no te pongas triste, no llores, Night Templar. Si llorás, lloro yo, ¿sabes? Me pongo triste. No entiendo, ¿tengo que pelear con este? Sale pasarlo en normal y no. No, la verdad que no. Bueno, sí, si hay encuesta. Soy llorón. O sea, perdón, ¿tengo que pelear con Snake? ¿Tengo que pelear sí o sí con Snake? Devuelvan los puntos. ¿Cómo devuelvan los puntos? Los 20 puntos que canjeaste. Mentira, eran 5 puntos nomás. Porque él no me está rusheando. Entonces digo, capaz no tengo que pelear con él. ¿Tengo algo acá? No. Ah, tengo Ration. Listo. Está hecho. No, dice. Pero es que no me deja hacer otra cosa.
Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
Wait up, Snake.
What?
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Diminished sense of reality, huh? VR training will do that.
No, it was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing this to me.
Raiden, we don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend.
Chan,
a
chan,
hero.
chan.
I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends
Desafiantes.
I was just a name to exploit, just like you.
La novela turca del momento.
The right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future.
Entonces.
You can stop being part of a mistake. Starting now.
Entonces.
What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem. Come on.
No me hagas usar la espada. Sé que no te iba a gustar nada de este juego.
Snake, Raiden, Otacon, you all right?
Podría haberme gustado, La verdad que tengo intriga por el 3. Espero que el 3 haya mejorado mucho.
There is something. What? The Colonel's last transmission was strange. Strange? How? Just strange. No idea. Interference?
Se viene la saga.
Where is this Colonel?
I
don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else, call me on the codec. I might be able to help. The frequency is 141.12.
141.12. 141.12. ¡Uric! El 3 es el primero en la cronología. Trae el 3, el pueblo lo pide. Lo que pasa, Night Templar, que ya están programados un montón de juegos, me quiero morir. Este por los controles, aunque es un poco más difícil el 3, porque hay más cosas. La maestra de la oscuridad lo dice. Sí. Sí. Bueno, si Spectre lo dice. Ay. Soy muy cagón. Día. La cosa es que tengo un montón de munición. De curita. Tengo curita. Alright. Me gustan los controles igual. Follow me, estoy yendo yo. ¿Dónde coño están? Arre. No me gustan nada los controles. Dale. Vamos para adelante, dale. If not 3, el 3, we'll riot.
Inside Arsenal.
Sí, se renota, Manny. Mal. En todo se nota. En absolutamente todo.
And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The kernel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation of your own nanomachines. The kernel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy!
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the kernel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden.
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call.
Te vas a volver loco.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Para.
Raiden, they've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Help! Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden.
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Vos confiamos, destruye la dictadura. File. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué dices? Lo voy a hacer jugar a un Harry Potter. Bueno, un Harry Potter está bien. Cada día sube más el sale o sale. Y bueno, ¿qué quiere? El sale o sale. Harry Popote. Sí o sí después de la cola de los otros juegos. ¿Sabes cuántos juegos hay, Manny? Lo tengo acá abierto. Mira, lo tengo acá. Acá lo tengo. Metal Gear Solid 2, que es este. El Morta tiene que elegir un juego porque se suscribió. Así que suscriptores van a un juego gratis. Prince of Persia, que es el que salió por encuesta, que lo propuso al toque. El Prince of Persia Warrior Within. El Nacho tiene que elegir otro que se había ganado un canjeo, un sorteo. El Nacho. Retro Nimrod hoy canjeó, hoy en el mañanero de hoy canjeó por 45k un sale o sale. Y eligió un ceguero, obviamente. El Altered Beast. Después viene Resident Evil 4. Que lo canjeó en el sale o sale también. El Maximiliano-28. Y después vendría un juego de deportes. En realidad vendría en el anterior, en el Resident Evil 4. Pero bueno, lo saqué. Porque quiero cumplir con eso. PES 2021. Ojalá el dólar no se dispare. El dólar es muy bueno eso. El 3 de Harry Potter. El 3 está bueno. Estaría bueno uno de esos juegos así, tipo aventurillas. El aventurillas. Mi sub no cuenta. Y si acabo de decirlo. Yo también adiviné un balón y no tengo juego. Nah. Usted no lo adivinó. Y el otro me lo juegan en very easy. Nah. Lo juego en very easy porque también hay que entenderme. Hay que entender a Rodfilito. ¿Puedo usar la espada? Está haciendo literalmente todo él. Mira. Pobre maniquet. Solo me entiende la Spectre. ¡No! ¿Por qué? Emi. ¿Qué coño es Emi? Mirá, Fission Milet. Todo mal. Está bueno este juego. Qué loco, ¿no? Debe ser toda una simulación. No estoy entendiendo. Y te borra los saves. No, ¿en serio? No, lo mato. Juego de mierda. ¡Oh, la negra! La waifu. ¡Ah! La negra rubia.
What? 2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them. An endless nightmare. The only thing we live for is to see it end. Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can. Starting with you, Solace.
El cortatelgopor.
Looks like I'm today's pick. You go on ahead. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
What are you gonna do? Bullets can't get near her.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Do you think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
F en el chat. Que me mate a patadas esa morena. Hay que conectar el control y ponerlo en el player 2.
Jack, I've been watching how you fight. It looks like you've remembered the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival. It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real. No more games, Raiden. At least you know. There's no
¿En serio?
to keep you alive now. I've given you a worthy opponent, at least. But now, you should die as the little Jackie boy I once knew.
Arre. ¿No podré matarlo con esto? Opa. ¿Qué carajo? Esto es súper fácil. Va, tengo la sensación de que es súper fácil. Es tan fácil que me aburre. Pero bueno. Este es el destino que elegimos. Haciendo lo suyo, dice. Igual no me arrepiento, porque es una mierda este juego. No puede tener tanta cinemática. Pica la espaldita. La espaldita. Jack mis pelotas, soy Raven. ¡Sí! Mi waifu. Olga. Doña Olga. Dale, Doña Olga.
This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family.
Huh?
I know I'm going to help, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell!
Ni chance. Era necesario eso.
You have to.
Oh.
Olga!
No. El ghosting. El ghosting. Y está bien. Nombre de señora de 70 años. No. Murió Doña Olga.
Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off. What's going on?
What's going on?
What's wrong with it?
Oh.
GW, it's out of control. What?
Oh. Sí, pero yo hay que hacerlo.
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
Vamos. Bueno, che, no te quería molestar. No, no me molestas. Ah, él con unos tiritos sí puede, ¿no? Yo le meto bazucazo hasta los dedos de los pies. Y no le hace nada. ¿Qué es Dios este tipo, boludo?
Damn the Patriots. You still have some use.
La P90 de Pelé tiene.
I've captured Snake.
Opa.
Snake?
Snake.
Bring him in.
Pi.
Are you awake,
Veris.
Jack?
Me lo van a decir cada vez que vaya a guardar.
The Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze
Te lo
the
remarca,
answers out of
sí,
you
sí.
instead, my son.
O voy a decir hasta que lo juegue de nuevo. Bueno. No, 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 no. Pedazo de mierda.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly.
Todos se traicionan,
I
viejo.
was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That
Muy
means
hablado,
the
boludo.
information they want to filter out
Muy hablado.
is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that.
Me estoy durmiendo.
What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more.
No puedo.
but we're running a
Oh,
little short on
sí.
time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the president's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Fox Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox.
Se parece a unos bostezos.
It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel would provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
Es increíble, ¿me puedo ir a comprar ahora?
Our misfortune was just a part of their project?
¿La mató? ¿La mató?
How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
Se creía inmortal. Le dio en una teta, le dio. ¿La mató?
Do you know why no bullet could hit you?
50 minutos de cinemática.
Or some new age mumbo jumbo? Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch
Que dura
like you
40.
to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
Que soy imbécil.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Bastard.
Tecnología de punta. Está bien. Por lo menos tenía una explicación científica. Mira este bostezo que te doy. ¿Qué tú?
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Bostezo burgués.
Just try. How's this then?
Pues tiene mucha plata.
Fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
El al toque vende papa.
Your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down!
Claro.
What the? Impossible!
¿Qué de carajo? Revivió la rubia negra.
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn!
Le dio coronavirus.
Try this instead.
La única que sí me gustaba.
Brothers! Liquid! I've been waiting for this!
It can't be.
I've been
Raro 2000, me tiene las pelotas llenas Twitch con esto.
You were inside Ocelot.
Literalmente me podía haber ido a comprar desde que empezó la cinemática, podía haberme ido a comprar y volver.
You 2 years ago? Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here. What? You're the only one that can free me. After all...
After all...
I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
La marca de mis audífonos. Te juro, lo saltaría, pero ya me parece que ya no da. What the fuck? Esto es imposible.
Hey, Snake, you coming?
Está re loco Snake. Estás re loco. Estás re loco. Por eso lo aman. Ah. Por eso lo aman. Estamos en Manhattan. Manhattan con J. Necesito despertarme.
Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
3 de agosto. Ya es 3 de agosto. A ver.
It's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship.
Dragon Quest 8. Bueno.
We're all born with an expiration date.
Igual no sé si es el cuarto o el quinto. ¿Quieres que acabe en 2023? Pero bueno, está bien.
The data of life is transferred from parent to child.
Al 100% nada.
That's how it works.
¿Qué le pasa, señor?
But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles, cloned from our father with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort.
La que se viene. Así se lo saco de encima, la mierda del comienzo. No, está bien, igual, ya te digo, es lo mismo. Es exactamente lo mismo. Da exactamente igual. Estoy a punto de ir a prepararme mate, así me despierto.
The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history.
Es como lo que decía el presidente.
I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all. And we will become the sons of liberty.
Esos planos exagerados.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering. And in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives. Through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more
Buen
respect
punto.
than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Eso yo siempre lo pensé.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the
Esta
world
parte me gusta,
ends, not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers.
Es un adelantado a la época este juego.
Unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and
Ah, esa es la pregunta.
Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning?
Esa es una buena pregunta. ¿Y ustedes quiénes son?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you?
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
Wanda Marce.
Does something like
Te
a
roban
soul
los.
exist
Te
inside?
dropean los juegos, te roban los
You call
juegos.
self serves as
Nah.
a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Los famosos niños ratas. Demasiada libertad de expresión. ¿Cómo anda el King? El King Templar.
You want to control human thought, human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed.
El cartelito ese es buenísimo.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness.
No para, boludo. Ay, no para, Dios.
S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake.
Nada. Esta parte no es nada.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did
Ahí ya tenés al Kojima. Che, me voy a hacer el mate. Ya fue, me voy a hacer el mate. Perdón, pero me voy a hacer un mate. Los dejo con esto,
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by the dark and
Me fui a hacer mate porque ya me estaba aburriendo. Gracias al toque por ese deru deru. Deru. Espera. Gracias por esa radio al toque. ¿Cómo andan? En modo no me gusta. No, esto es demasiado. Demasiado para mí. Aburriendo demasiado. ¿Cómo anda Mood Kicker? 7 Mon, ¿cómo anda? Captura un dito. No puedo leer nada. Demasiado texto, mucho texto. Benjas. Le tiro reinicié, bien ahí, dice. Stream de Silla Gamer. Me dijeron que estabas hablando mierda de mí, al toque. No quiero generar salseo. Vamos a generar salseo si nos divertimos con algo. Pero me dijeron que estabas hablando a mis espaldas. Todos los días un juego basureado. Hater File 1. Soy tan hater que lo tengo en very easy.
The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are...
Chao. No lo puedo creer, estoy jugando al Metal Gear Solid 3, 2, digo. 3, ya quiero el 3. Me muero por jugar al 3, Che, ¿no se puede cambiar esto? El 3 te va a volar el bocho, dice. ¿Era un videojuego? Sí, era un videojuego. Si no le gustó este igual... No, igual lo tengo que jugar. Bienvenidos a Hater File 1. Lo va a jugar en normal. Pará. ¿Qué dice? Juega el 4 que ni tiene casi. Sí, igual... No sé. ¡Lul! ¿No es más fácil sacárselo así? No sé, digo. A ver. Se me olvidó el capita.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. You're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the
mírame de frente, no me de la espalda. Irrespetuoso.
Your code name Raiden 2 comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the US Army
Hola, ¿Cómo anda, Bronco?
Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game, exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
Es horrible. No, ¿qué hace? Me di cuenta. No me di cuenta. Qué feo es esto, ¿eh? Ahora es un hack and slash. Vale. Es de todo este juego. Es de todo. No, 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 no. Mira en Twitter, Hay nuevo video oficialmente. Luego de 2 meses de rascarme las bolas. Nuevo video de hardware para todos. Qué poco me gusta esto. El hardware para todos. Ahora te doy platita por eso, dice. Dame lo que quieras, lo que sea. Ha muerto. Arre. Oh. ¿Vale la pena vivir en Argentina en 2020? Nuevo video. Lo suicidaron, el proyecto. Termina mal, claro. Termina mal. Mermina tal, ¿no? Ay, perdón. Ah, me voy a buscar la pava. Esto es una garlocha. Esto es una garlocha Pura y dura. Nunca se animen a probarlo porque es horrible. De hecho, por eso me lo regalaron, creo. Qué asco la coca. Aguante la Pepsi, sí, aguante. Pero me la regalaron. Por eso me la regalaron, porque no lo quieren nadie. Ni Jesús lo quiere.
There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in?
Y sí.
What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you.
Tal cual, Game Project. Es una buena pregunta.
What is that?
Dog tags.
¡Rod! ¡Rod!
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before.
Soy de Españita, ¿saben?
And my own life. I'll find something worth passing on.
¡Sí! Sos amigo de Rubio Lindo.
Taught me some good things too.
I know. We've inherited freedom.
Te manda a la mierda.
We all have the freedom to spread the word.
No, está bien que me haya mandado a la mierda.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry, I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
Que Boquita es el más grande.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to
Más
begin
que
with.
Boquita, Caquita. Ahí tenés un menemista y un kirchnerista juntos.
We have a better lead.
¿Por qué, boludo?
This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the
El
Patriots'
Rubio Lindo y el
identity.
hippie sucio.
Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
Yo iba a decir lo mismo. Vale. Dije, este sabe nadar. Este debe saber nadar, seguro. Pero iba a ser muy polémico. La waifu. No entiendo nada, boludo.
Snake?
¿Es real? ¿No es real?
What's wrong?
Está loco.
Nothing.
Es un cosplayer que se volvió loco.
Can I ask you
Esa es la conclusión que saco.
who am I really?
Jugó tanto videojuegos que se metió en el mundo de los videojuegos. Y
But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh,
se olvidó de la familia, de la waifu.
yeah.
Es buena historia la que inventé.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now. Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things.
Kojima se puede ir a vender papas. Y ahí vas a ver lo que es el occidente.
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on.
Lástima que el pelotudo lo idolatra al Che.
That aren't written into our DNA.
Sí, la verdad.
It's up to us.
¿Idolatra al
to
Che?
teach it to our
Ah, bueno. Tiene todos los problemas.
about the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll
Ese
find
ruidito de mate.
everything together.
¿Por qué?
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
Fideo morcilla. Es re Evangelion. Eso dijeron varios. Que se parece a Evangelion, no sé de qué mierda. ¡Oh! ¡Ay, qué alegría! Lo terminé. Terminé este suplicio. Por favor. No debería ser legal tener esto. Queda como pendiente, no, ningún pendiente. Ningún pendiente. ¿Qué crees? Son las 9. Son las 9. Voy a programar un juego sobre San Martín. Vos sabés que yo eso pensé varias veces. Todo el mundo se olvida de las historias que hay acá, loco. Se olvidan, viejo. Bueno, igual San Martín aparece en Age of Empires 3, creo. Bueno, por lo menos es una tarjetita. Es una foto de perfil del Age of Empires 3. Del online del Age of Empires 3. Alta escena épica, tal cual. No, pero nadie se acuerda de Cabral. Olvídate de Cabral. A nadie le importa Cabral. Brother. Terminado, very easy. Habla como Coscu rancio ahora. ¿Quién habla como Coscu? ¿Yo hablo como Coscu? Ah, por el... Me gusta hacer el... Lili. Ahora es un Lili. Maniquet, esto es para vos. Lili. Gracias a Martín por darme maniquet. Todos se pueden ir a pelar papas. San Martín, todos. Bueno, muy lindo el juego, muy lindo, me gustó, me gustó. ¿Cuánto duré? Según esto duré 14 horas, pero me parece que está mal. Según el contador. A ver, ¿alguien me puede confirmar cuánto duré? No puedo parar de hacer eso. Sí, puede ser 14 horas. ¡Ah! Eliminé un video, Eliminé un video hoy. Porque la manqué. Yo creí que era un video de 1 minuto y no, era un video de 1 hora. F. Así que súmenle 1 hora. Lo que ven, súmenle 1 hora. Porque hoy se cortó, el video de hoy. Hoy se cortó. Se rejuega, nada, pará, ¿qué te pasa? Medio precoz, 14 horas. Sí, porque este es very easy, pero igual 14 horas y conté lo que había jugado 3 horas del normal. Miss Bod. Nah. Ningún Miss Bod. Mis bolas. Mis bolas, eso sí. Che, vamos al Cuphead, que tengo varios canjeitos. ¿Por qué vendo mucho humo? ¿Por qué vendo mucho humo? Nisman. ¿Por qué vendo mucho humo? ¿Qué pasó? Se mira todas las soluciones de los juegos, señor. ¡Mentira! ¡Mentira! ¡Ah! Pará, alta mentira, loco. Todo mentira. ¿Por qué vendo humo, loco? $50k vale YouTube. Mentira. Jamás. Bueno. Very easy. Si es que no lo reperfila claramente. Ese que va a sacar el país adelante. Vamos, vamos. Encima no se pueden saltear los créditos, boludo. Yo quería hacer algo. Bueno, vamos al Cuphead. No sé qué hacer, sinceramente. O lo dejamos acá, 2 horas y media. Bueno, lo dejamos acá, Morta, esperá, Morta. ¿Estás ahí, Morta? ¿Estás ahí? Mortalive. ¿Estás ahí? ¿Qué juego sigue? ¿Qué juego sigue? El Tenkaichi 3. Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Bueno. El siguiente juego es ese, gente. Vamos con la raid. Vamos ya con la raid. Ya vamos con la raid. Este les va a gustar. Quédense porque... Sigue el Dragon Quest. No. A ver si sigue el Dragon Quest. No sigue el Dragon Quest. Sigue el Príncipe de Persia. Warrior Within. Ese sigue. No, mentira, no voy a ir a ese canal. ¿A dónde vamos?
We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history.
A Retro Nimrod.
We have all the magic
O a lo de Fraga.
to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we
Retro
still have
o
the
Fraga.
responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Vamos. Bueno, ahora sí. Nos vemos, gente. Gracias por pasarse por acá. Nos vemos. Y nos vemos seguramente... ¿Cuándo? ¿Mañana qué día es? ¿Martes? ¿Mañana es martes? ¿Qué día es? Martes. 4. Bueno, nos vemos mañana, gente. Adiós. Chau, chis.